The power of the state, it's overbearing. In Australia, they are saying no social media for kids 16 and under. In Canada, the government is saying no advertising for foods or drinks for kids. That's soon going to be the law. Greg Piazeski is a lawyer. He is a civil libertarian of sorts. He joins me right now because I want to put the question to you, and you're also a historian. 1984, Orwell predicted the power of the state. The state will tell you what the truth is, and you stick to it and don't deviate from it. Are we close to that?
We're on the path. We're not there yet.
Is it a narrow path?
It's troubling. We're not there yet, particularly with DEI issues in the last 10 years. The idea that people are put up, they're shamed if they take an issue, they raise one of these issues in public, challenge one of these issues, regardless of evidence. Nobody's got any evidence. They make assertions. You're supposed to go along with those assertions. That's very Orwellian, very 1984. But there are still lots of free thinkers in Canada. Remember the trucker convoy? A whole pile of free thinkers.
And they were their bank accounts frozen because of the government. Some are in jail because of the government. And yet people in Montreal can burn houses and burn shops, burn cars. Nothing happens because the government doesn't want to make that decision.
Yeah, the selective enforcement of the laws is very troubling. And we see it with the Israel-Hamas issue. Depends on where you are, how the law is being enforced and who it is.
Yep.
And it's very troubling. Now, I know it's tough for the police. In a dispute between big mobs of people, they don't want to stir the thing up, and their preference sometimes is to quiet it down by removing one side from the equation. But in a free society, that's very tough. We should allow spirited debate in public, not violent debate, but spirited debate.
So what's the answer, Greg? I mean, aside from shows like this one, where you're on talking about it, should we be, educating our population in schools about free debate?
100%. That should be a baseline in every school, that we're here to think, kids. You're going to learn some facts. You think about what these facts mean.
But you're not allowed to do that in the public schools now. I know the curriculum, and if some kid, some 10-year-old raises something, they'll get kicked out of school.
It'll happen some places. I mean, I have to say, here's my quick anecdote. 30 years ago, they brought in a new sex ed curriculum. I was very concerned about it. I went to my son's grade 5 teacher and said, I want to see this curriculum. The teacher said, here's our 300-page health manual for this year in grade 5. I'll get through 20 pages of it. Don't worry, the controversial stuff won't be dealt with. So I'm hoping there are still teachers like that in our public system.
And I'm very hopeful too, but I'm also hopeful that there are politicians who are going to be like that, to slam down, at least with words, the people who would not have open and free debate.
I agree 100%, and there are a few of them, but not as many as there should be in a democracy.
Greg, thank you very much. And fund this show so we can have more of this. Thank you. To those of you who have subscribed and donated, a heartfelt thank you. You're keeping us on the air. If you're watching and you haven't, please try to do so, because 4 years ago, we started this show because there needed to be independent analysis. Now more than ever, with the Online Harms Act, once that gets into law, it's been passed once by the House, there are going to be hundreds of bureaucrats censoring the news in Canada, censoring this show. We need to keep it on the air. Thanks for your support.